Welcome once again to Starseed Rising 333. I'm glad you've tuned back into this channel. If it's your first time, welcome. First of all, I'd like to thank all my subscribers, my viewers, my supporters, anyone that's tuned into my channel who have watched my videos out on YouTube. Thank you ever so much for your support. And please don't forget, okay, to click the like button, subscribe or share, or just leave a comment if you enjoy listening or watching this reading today. This is going to be an inner child healing reading, and it's for the divine feminine. If it's your first time that you're tuning in to this particular healing uh, video, okay, and you've never heard of or you don't know what inner child healing is all about, or inner child work, I'll just tell you briefly what it is. Inner child healing means healing any form of childhood pain, rejection, loneliness, or abandonment, okay, that um you may have experienced in the past, okay, or I should say during your childhood, okay, and you can then use, okay, divine messages, okay, or spiritual enlightenment to help you to realign, okay, and also to help you facilitate personal growth. It's very important that we do that type of healing, okay, because whatever trauma or pain we have suffered from the past, if it's not dealt with or healed, okay, it can then fester in some other way as we go through life as an adult. So it's very important for us to do that type of healing. Now, before I go a bit further, I just want to just say a prayer to Archangel Gabriel. Okay, and you can call on Archangel Gabriel, okay, to help you um to heal, okay, any childhood pain or trauma that you may have experienced as a child. All right. And you could also call on her, okay, as well. If you are finding it difficult to express how you feel, all right, or to express your thoughts. So I'm just going to say a prayer. And this prayer is from this book. It's called Angel Prayers by Carl Gray. All right. So I'm just going to start the prayer. Dear Archangel Gabriel, thank you for surrounding my inner child in your nurturing light and for helping it find peace. I take this opportunity to tell my inner child that it is safe and loved, and that nothing can come between it and the love it deserves. As I nurture this divine and innocent part of myself, I heal my heart, I heal my soul, I open my mind, and I'm able to see with new eyes. I now reach out into the wonder of life, knowing Gabriel's light is guiding me. And so it is. Okay, it's such a beautiful prayer. All right. I'll put the name of this book in the description box. Okay. So please check the description box. Okay. After listening or watching this reading. And I'll also put the names of the decks, crystals I'll be mentioning, as well as the books I'm going to be using for this reading today. All right. Now, before I start the readings, okay, I just want to also just discuss a few things because um after meditation, okay, I got some downloads. There was a few things which I received, okay, that was around, I would say, earlier last week, okay. But anyway, I've just decided to just put everything together. And what my spirit guides, okay, wanted me to just talk about is when it comes to discipline. Now, I know maybe some of you, including myself, okay, we might have you know somehow experienced some form of harsh discipline from our parents or whoever brought us up. But what my spirit guides, okay, the ancestors, divine, okay, what they wanted me to point out is that it's very important to know, okay, how um to make sure, okay, that the way we discipline our child, it's done in a way that is pleasing to the divine, okay. And like when we discipline our children or our child, okay, that we should not when we discipline our children, that we shouldn't uh hurt them physically or mentally or both, okay. um because it could have a detrimental effect, okay, on them psychologically, all right. And also, something that came through, there was also a message that came through from Michael Jackson, all right, because he was just um telling me, okay, these are channel messages, all right, from Michael Jackson. Because I mean, if you study his life, okay, you will know that he had a lot of um he's suffered a lot, okay, mentally, okay, or and it was because of what he had experienced as a child, because with his father, all right. And if you know Michael Jackson, okay, Michael Jackson was someone, people just described him as being some form of as a perfectionist, okay, in whatever he did, right. Now it was good in some at some degree, okay, but then at the end of the day, there's also a shadow archetype of okay, when it comes to perfectism, okay, because what Michael Jackson was saying to me is that the reason why, okay, he was like that is because when he was a child, okay, he was pressured a lot, okay, even beaten by his father. And because he just felt as well, because not only did he didn't feel worthy, okay, because um his dad overlooked, okay, what who he was, okay, and what he could do, all right, but he just felt that he always had to prove himself. And that's what he just kept it. He just felt that there was an urge, okay, to keep doing something over and over and over again. And I think that, okay, also played a part, okay, in how he went on, okay. And if you, as I said, you see, Michael Jackson is seen as sort of like a perfectionist in everything he did. The people always say how who worked with him said how he kept doing things over and over and over until, like, and that is okay. Now, to some degree, it's good, okay, like if you want something to go as planned, okay, or if you want to try and do something to make sure to please into everybody, but it's not always possible, okay, because we're not perfect, okay. But so Michael Jackson, okay, was just trying to say, that, if we have a child or we have children, that, even though they may do something and it doesn't come out exactly or the way we would like it to be, that we should appreciate what they've done, okay, show a bit more gratitude, okay, and more love, okay. And sometimes by just demonstrating these things, okay, can bring this can then create a better bond, okay, between you and your child or children, all right. And another thing my spirit guides wanted to say is that we also need to pay attention to the way we speak, all right, to our children or our child, okay, because words are powerful, okay. And and especially like if you when it comes to like calling a child stupid, dumb, useless, we also go on ridiculing them, okay, in regards to their color, okay, their body, their features, facial features, and again, Michael Jackson, okay, if you were to watch some of his videos, his interviews, he will say how his dad used to criticize his like his features, especially his nose, and that's the reason why I guess why he went under the knife so many times. So even though like the mothers told him that he was beautiful, like he was, he she loved him just the way he was. But again, it was something that was this negative, these negative words, okay, was embedded in Michael Jackson's mind, okay, and even as a result, like, it just kept playing over and over, and thinking that maybe the reason why something is not going right in his life is because of the way he looks and things like that. So it's very important that we take that on board, okay. And also, just so, overall, okay, that, like, and even if, let's say, like, we want to, if they do something wrong, okay, or you want to criticize them, it should always be in a constructive way and not a destructive way. All right. So, um and these are just things, okay, that my spirit guides, the ancestors, would like me to just mention, okay, before we begin. And I'm pretty sure, okay, this is one of the reasons why that maybe you've come across this chat, this video, okay, or this, or to do this type of healing, okay, because we've all somehow experienced some form of trauma or pain in that area. All right. So it's very important, okay, that this was mentioned, okay, and also to be looked at. All right. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do, the first deck I'm going to be using, this is called Spirit Animal, okay, and this is by Sushi. So I'm just going to see what spirit animal, okay, our ancestors would like us to work with. And this reading, okay, is for the divine feminine, any women who have tuned in to watch or listen to this reading today. And you do not need to be on a spiritual soul life path or journey to watch this reading. It's for anyone, okay. Thank you. This one. Just shuffle a bit. This one needs to come on, but let me just. Okay. So they want us to work with the spirit or energy of the hummingbird. Okay, and it goes into talk about, it says lightness, and it says that on the card, all right, it is time for you to pursue your dreams with determination. By doing this, you will make them a reality. Joy is just around the corner, but if you have to believe that it is possible to manifest your visions, stop waiting and doubting. Okay, so our spiritual team would like us to work with the energy or the spirit of the hummingbird, okay, to give us that encouragement, that push, so that we can pursue our dreams, okay, with determination. Okay, what I want to do next is just use another deck to just check on the energies, okay, around the divine feminine today, all right, or any women who are watching this reading today. This deck is called Fairy Tarot Cards and is by Radley Valentine. If you're interested in working, I'm sorry, reading, all right, reading for yourself as well as for others, okay. So let's see what see what. Water. Winter. Let's see. Okay, so these are the energies, all right, that our spiritual team is picking up. Okay, so the first one that came out, this is six of spring. Six of spring, okay. And in the traditional tarot, okay, it would be six of wands, all right. And it goes on at the bottom, it goes, and six, okay, represents communication, cooperation, and harmony, all right, in the area of life. And it goes on to say wonderful news is on its way. So some of you might probably be or going to be receiving some good news there. It goes on to say smart choices that bring rewards. So some of you might be making good choices or decisions regarding your life or in some particular area in your life. And it goes on to say success and public recognition. So some of you, depending on what you do, you might be experiencing some form or having some form of success and also public recognition at this time. All right. Just to understand, so you can see the cards. Okay, the second card that wanted to come out is Nine of Winter. Okay, and nine, okay, it's all about fruition, attainment, fulfillment. That's what it represents, but also completion as well. Okay, um, and winter, okay, in traditional tarot, it represents air, and air is to do with the mind. So spring is to do with our passions and our desires. Winter, um, okay, is very much, or I should say, in traditional tarot, it represents air. Air is to do with our ideas, our thoughts in the area of life, and it goes on to say, here at the bottom it says unfounded fear. So I think this is the energy that is being picked up, okay, by our spiritual team. So I don't know, some of you might be fearing something, okay. um, it goes on to say focusing on worst case scenarios. So some of you might have a negative mindset at this moment. So somehow we need to try and clear that away. All right. So you operate in a more positive mindset here. Um, because as Albert Einstein says, you cannot um live a positive life with a negative mindset or negative mind. All right. And then it goes on to say allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. So maybe some of you might be worried about something, or somehow overly stressed at the moment. So I mean, all I could advise is like to just like pray, like turn to the Most High, your spiritual guides, to help you, um, to give you the inner strength and courage to overcome whatever it is that you are worried about. Okay. And to overcome this, it's very important for you to speak your truth, be authentic in all matters, all right? As they say, honesty is the best policy. Okay, and then I've got the, this card, okay, that came out. So it goes on to talk about unity. Okay, so on number 5, all right, and 5 is all about change, but it could also represent instability and conflict in the area of life. And it goes on to say here, do the right thing for the right reason. Okay, it goes on to say, do the right thing for the right reason. Another thing it's saying here, compare traditional verses, new approaches to see which works for you. So maybe some of you might be um in a place in your life, okay, where you may need to figure out at the moment what is best for you, not for other people, but what is best for you, okay, in order to, and maybe this is very much related to the 2 cards. So maybe you might be getting news, okay, you might be worried about getting news about something, okay, but when it comes, maybe you might be over stressing about um some news that's going to be coming in, okay, but whatever it is, I'm sure there's where there's a will, there's a where there's a will, there's a way, they usually say, okay. So maybe if one way doesn't work, maybe there might be another way, okay, or it could be to do with something else, okay. So um it's all about just making the right decision. And then it goes on to say on the card that a spiritual minded community. So maybe some of you might belong to a spiritual community, or particular, or I should say soul tribe, or whatever, where you could probably get guidance, okay. That's why it says here, or maybe you are usually somebody who's, or maybe you're somebody who is religious, and then but and you're trying to seek the answer, and maybe what spirit is saying is that at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter whether if you are religious or not, because religious, well, I mean, somebody who is spiritual and somebody who's religious, is there's a difference there, okay, even though we are connected, okay, in some way to the divine, but there is a difference, okay. um Spirituality and religion is different, all right, but it doesn't mean that if you are a religious person, you do not have a connection with your higher power, all right. So I just wanted to make this clear, okay. All right, so that's okay. So these are the energies, all right, that our spiritual team are picking up, all right. All right, so I'm going to be using the deck to start the inner child healing work. Okay, and this is called Inner Child Oracle, and it's by Teresa Solano. Okay. And whatever messages that come up, please take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. I'm just gonna shuffle. Ooh, me to fly out. Tenderness. I definitely wanted me to take this one, so let's see. Okay, so our spiritual team wanted me to select these cards, all right? So the first one that popped out, it says tenderness, tenderness. Okay, when you add the two numbers, that's going to give you again 5, all right? So maybe we need to probably be a bit more tender with ourself, okay? All right, to our body on a whole. All right. So anyway, I'm going to be using the guidebook as well to just go more into um these messages. All right. The second one, it says it's on number 40s, which takes you down to a 4. All right. So 5 is about change. Yeah, change. When I add the two numbers, 41 gives you a number of the total number 5, which is about change. Okay, but again, it could also be to do with instability and conflict. Okay, maybe, as I said, so maybe we probably need to be a bit more tender with ourselves. Okay, we might be having or experience some form of inner conflict within ourselves. Then I've got with, okay, 40, okay, which again, I'm going to remove the 0 because it ends on the 0, double number ending on 0, which is all about structure, stability, and manifestation in the area of life. And I think this is about like maybe going out in nature to ground, okay, so that you could feel more stable, feel more grounded, all right. And when you um are more grounded, you know, you that's um, removes any fear, anxiety, you know, that you may be feeling or currently feeling. Okay, and then I've got celebrates. Okay, it's on a number 42. When you add the two numbers, it gives you a number 6, and it's about communication, cooperation, and harmony. Okay, so some of you might be feeling harmonious, harmonious. um or feel at peace, okay, with yourself, all right? Or you might be celebrating something with someone, okay? Harmonious, that's the word. Harmonious. All right, so let me just read quickly and see what these messages are all about to give us a better idea of what um our spiritual team would like us to know. So the first one is on 41. So please bear with me, please. So, all right. So it goes on to say, and this is for the first message, um, that came out. All right. It's on tenderness. All right. It goes on to say, have you been feeling tender lately, sensitive, in need of a break? Perhaps you have been getting ill frequently or overindulging to the point of sickness. If so, your body may be telling you that a little extra love and care is needed at this time. Take the time to listen to your body and give it what it needs. Don't devalue yourself by acting like your well being is less important than your work. Give thanks to your body for communicating its needs and look after it with the tender love and care it deserves. If you are sick, run yourself a hot bath and soak with some essential oils. Wrap yourself in fuzzy blankets and take a nap. Make yourself a hot tea with lemon and snuggle up for a leisurely day of rest and relaxation. It's better to take a break to fully recover rather than drag illness out for days or weeks. If you are worn down and overtired, make sure you get to sleep early and drink plenty of water. Above all, treat yourself with tenderness. It is the path back to wholeness and health. You deserve to walk it happily and with ease. Okay. And that's one of the things that I am trying my best to take on board, not to somehow be too overworked, to try and take breaks in between, go out in nature, because you've got the second card here where it talks about natural connection, and that's one of the ways, okay, we can feel more grounded, feel more balanced. All right. um so there's a little bit of self-care, self-worth, self-love here. All right. The affirmation, okay, to the first message, you could say and believe it. I lovingly listen to my body and give myself permission to rest fully and completely. I'm grateful for all my body does for me and appreciate it when it lets me know it's time to rest. So it's very, very important, very, very important to take a break, to take time, you know, and especially if you're somebody who is like a bit known as a busybody, and I know it's easily said than done, but we have to, because life also is all about balance as well. All right. There should be a balance between work and play. So I'm just going to read on the second card. Okay. So I'm definitely going to be taking this. Well, I have, but I just need to do more because it's very important. Okay. Because we need to give, as much as we give to others, we need to give a lot to ourselves too. All right. Okay. So the second one, where it goes on about natural connection, it goes on to say, a bounty awaits you. The natural world has much to offer. If only you would step outside the four walls that contain you and reconnect with life. Take your shoes off and step onto the grass. Okay, so it depends on where you are, what part of the world you are. Okay, and if you are lucky enough to where you are, the weather is nice and sunny, then please do so. All right, close your eyes, wiggle your toes, feel the dirt beneath your feet, the grass between your toes, feel the grounding energy of nature rise from the earth and anchor you like a tree. Stay with this feeling for a moment. How do you feel? Do you feel more centered, calm, alive? Do you feel connected to the world in which you live? Connecting with the beauty of nature provides stable, vital energy. More so, it lightens the heart and settles the restless soul. There is a reason you feel wonderful in a garden. It is a feast for the senses, spirit, heart, and soul. All right, and they just, I'll just read what it says at the bottom. It just says, "Note the effortless existence of a flower and how powerful, gorgeous, and calming they are. Simply by being, realize that by being you, growing at your own pace and blossoming beautifully, you contribute to the collective magnificence of nature. You bring something unique and wonderful to the world. Your beautiful self is as perfectly proportioned as one of nature's flowers." All right. So it's all about it, like again, seeing your self-worth, taking care of yourself, um, appreciate. It's all about self-acceptance as well. All right. And again, that's why I think it's very important because as I said earlier, these could be things, okay, that we might be somehow you know trying to get over, especially if we've experienced some form of um, unworthiness, okay, as a child, okay. Keep this thing just keeps playing in our head that we're not everything we do is never enough or is not pleasing to people and so forth. All right. And the affirmation for this for the second card, it says, which you could say and believe it: I am as bright and beautiful as a flower in bloom. I inhale the essence of creation and excel the seeds of becoming. I am no longer apart from this world. I am a part of this world. Okay. So I'm just going to read on the last message where it goes on to talk about celebrate. And if you're on a spiritual path, I've just my spirit guides just wanted me to just point out, and that's something I've just realized, okay? That you've got 40, 41, and 42. Okay, and when these numbers come in order, like 1, 2, 3, or 7, 8, 9, it's almost like a confirmation here that so if you are on a spiritual soul path or soul journey or spiritual journey, whatever it is, and you're a bit worried about um if you are doing what is right, or if you are the right, this is just this I is confirmation here to say that and if you're worried about or you're doing something and you wonder if what you're doing is right, it's confirmation here from the universe to say um that you are on the right path, okay, and as well as and to just have a bit of patience, okay, as well, that whatever you have um uh sowed, okay, you will reap the rewards, okay, in divine timing, okay. All right. All right, so I'm just going to read on the last message here. It goes on to say, um, celebrate. There is only one of you. You are a unique set of cells assembled to be a part of the perfection of this universe. What you think, say, and do matters. Your contribution to the world is sorely needed and is sure to be celebrated. This card confirms you are being called to bigger things. Perhaps you have been offered a promotion at work, been asked to take a big step in a relationship, or are being called to walk your own path. Do not be afraid of change. Dive boldly into this new future and be prepared to make a big splash. Be fearless and gravitate toward what feels right, good, and safely aligned with your life purpose. Move toward what lights you up inside. Trust that the universe wants you to feel and do good. It wants to communicate with you and through you. Let it lead you to greater success and happiness. Do something to commemorate this moment. Throw a party, go out to dinner with friends, have a night out on the town, have fun. You deserve it. Your existence and what you bring to the world is worthy of celebration. Okay, and the affirmation to the last card, I should say, you could say out and believe it. You could say, as I celebrate the daring of my soul, My joy brings joy to the world. Okay, so there are very beautiful messages here. Okay. Mhm. Okay, let me just, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use another deck and just see what additional messages, okay, the ancestor have for you. Okay, and I'm going to be using this one. It's called African Goddess Rising. Okay, and this is by Abiola Abrams. Okay. Okay, so the first one is from the goddess Sekhmet. Okay, and it's okay, she's known as the wounded healer. Then we've got seven sisters. So this is on a number 15, all right? Number 15. When you add the two numbers, again, it's all about harmony, communication, and cooperation. Then we've got this one has seven sisters, and it goes on to talk about creativity. So you might be starting probably a new project or creating something at the present moment, or currently working, on your goals. Okay, and this is on so this one is on a number 12. Okay, this card, which goes on to talk about when you add the two numbers, it gives you a number 3, which is all about creativity, groups, and growth. So you might be doing it for a group of people because there you could see other women, okay, in the picture here. And then you've got this one, talks about pleasure, all right, and it says Tanit. So this is from the goddess Tanit. All right. It's on number 11, master number 11. But again, I'm gonna add the two numbers together, which will give you the number 2, which is all about balance, partnership, and duality. Okay. So you might be going into partnership with other people to create something. All right. So let's see. So let's just see what messages these goddesses, okay, have for us. All right. So I'm gonna start with Sekhmet. Okay, now Sekhmet, okay, is an Egyptian goddess of war, the sun, and healing. All right. Um, she carries the life force in her palm with the power to create or destroy. So we can use Sekhmet's energy as well to bring some our goals into fruition. Okay, if we're planning to create something new or manifest anything new in our lives. Okay, okay, and her guidance is heal thyself. Everyone gets your best except you. You are a healer among your tribe. Stop putting your needs last. So here again, all right, very much linked to the messages we got earlier, okay, in terms of like um seeing our self-worth, taking care of ourselves, loving ourselves a bit more, giving ourselves this tender loving care, going out in nature, doing a bit of grounding, all right, in order so we could feel more balanced, more stable in our life. So we can call on segment, okay, to help us to do that, okay, and also when it comes to creativity, okay, as well, all right, and some of the questions, okay, that she's asking us to answer if we can. Okay, she says, what are your swords, the weapons you use to fight, and what are your shields, the ways you defend yourself? Dare to lay the burdens down along with your swords and shields. So it's all about taking time out, okay, from our daily routine, okay, to take care of ourselves, okay? Because how can we take care of people if we don't take care of ourselves? How can we love someone else if we don't love ourselves? So this is what this is all about. This message is all about here. Okay, and the declaration for the first card, it says, which you could say, it is safe to put myself first. It is safe to put myself first. So I'm just going to read on the second card. Okay, so I'll just say a little bit about the seven sisters. Okay, the seven sisters were mystical Norlins family of identical master psychics and conjure women who never age. But were they? Were the seven sisters one shape shifting woman or seven? Time will never tell. So it could be like three women in one, or it could be just seven different women, okay? All right, and the guidance here, okay, it says create, create, create. You come from conjurers and creators. Your blood remembers. Use your gifts to multiply your magic. You are a cosmic premix and creative force. Okay? And it goes on to say, you are divine nation within one person. How creative do you allow yourself to be? Break out of your comfort zone and into your creative fertility. You have the power that creates planets. So, yes, you are creative. No one else's opinion matters here. Let your inner child play to awaken your creativity. Creating is birthing, is manifesting. All right. And the goddess declaration for the second card, you could say out loud and believe it. I am a creative visionary. Okay. I am a creative visionary. And I'm just going to read on the third card. Okay. It's Tanut. Okay. Um, So it's the goddess of pleasure. Okay, and I'll just read about this goddess. Tanit was the goddess of the stars in ancient um, Carthage. Today, all the way over in Ibiza. They still have pleasure filled full moon midnight table dancing parties in her name. All right. And Tanit's guidance is that you're thirsty for more pleasure. You can't thrive when life feels dry. You are made of laughter and stardust, nor sawdust. Pleasure is your birthright, a gift from the universe. Okay, and some of the questions, okay, um, she's asking you, okay, so maybe in your spare time you can answer that. How much juicy pleasure can you stand? All right, and it goes on to say, turn up the pleasure principle. Okay, and it goes on to say, you secretly feel that you don't deserve it, but pleasure is a healing and manifesting force. Laughing, loving, and orgasmic joy is holy. Hold your hands over your reproductive area and say aloud, I deserve pleasure. Okay, so that reproductive area, okay, is known as the sacral chakra. Okay, which is just um I would say above your root chakra. Okay, and the goddess declaration, okay, for this last message is said, which you could say and believe it. It feels good to feel good. Okay, it feels good to feel good. All right. So very beautiful messages to help us to heal our inner child. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use another deck and see what the mermaids, okay, what the mermaids, what messages are coming up, okay, for the divine feminine. Let's see. Let me see one card from this deck. Let's see what message. Okay, so they wanted me to take three, so I'm going to take three. All right. Okay, so the first one is awareness. Awareness. All right. Second one is solitude. And the third one is truth. So I'll just read quickly um, what messages the mermaids, okay, want to give to the divine feminine, all right? So let's see. Okay, so for the first one, okay, the first message, okay, is to do with our intuition, our gut feeling, okay, and the message is, okay, use your intuition to become more aware of what's going on around you at this time. It could also be a time to look under that rock. Okay, so maybe there might be things that you have overlooked. Okay, um, but they're just encouraging us to use our intuition, okay, at all times, because um, our intuition is a natural gift. It is the third eye, okay, it's our gut feeling, okay, and by trusting our intuition is going to help us to gain more clarity in a particular situation. All right, and you can also do that by taking time out, okay, to be more in tune with yourself. Okay, it could also be a good time maybe to go out in nature, or to calm the mind, or take time out, okay, from your busy schedule to do that, because that's why we've probably got the word solitude here, because solitude is all about going into that hermit mode. All right. um because a lot of the answers are already within us, but we just need to pull our energy away from the daily, uh whatever that's happening on a day-to-day basis, okay, our daily routine, all right, or busy routine, I should say. Okay, but I'm just going to just read a little bit more if there's any extra messages, okay, that um yeah, so it's basically almost it's I would say, okay, it's similar to what I've just said earlier. Okay, so it goes on to say, take time to retreat from the world, go inwards and explore your inner space to reveal the treasures therein. It's okay to be reclusive or solitary sometimes. So it's all about, like taking time out, from your everyday busy schedule, okay, to not only to heal but also to time to meditate, to think, so that you could, you know, receive whatever answers that you need. And if you having still having difficulty, then I would suggest praying to your higher power, to your spiritual guides, who are also there to help you, as well as the angels. Okay, and I'm just going to read on the last card that popped out. Okay, where it goes on about truth. Okay, it goes on to say, admit the truth to yourself. Accepting the truth can set you free and be a joyful experience. Avoiding the truth isn't beneficial. So I don't know if maybe, I think this might be linked, okay, to um the energies, okay, that was picked up earlier, okay, by our spiritual team. I think it was 9 of winter or something like that. Okay. So at the end of the day, honesty is the best policy. So maybe um you might be sort of afraid to speak your truth about something, but here the mermaid is saying avoiding the truth isn't beneficial. Um and it's always good to be um, true to yourself, because by accepting the truth it can set you free. Okay, and then you'll be able to experience life much more better, okay, than what you're currently experiencing now. All right. And if you enjoy these messages, okay, from the mermaids, okay, this is from this the deck, okay, is called Messages from the Mermaids. Okay, this is by uh, Karen K. All right. Okay, so if you are interested, all right, in okay, let me just see what extra messages, okay, just three other extra messages, okay, um that our spiritual team, all right, would like to give us in regards to um healing our inner child. All right, and I'm just going to take three cards from this deck. It's called Inner Child Oracle Cards. All right, and it's by Empath Soul. Just going to shuffle the cards and see what comes up. All right. So the first card that popped out, okay, it goes on again. You've got the word unity here. So it goes on to say here, which is all about, again, it represents cooperation, community, harmony. It says embrace unity and connection with others. Together we are stronger. All right. The second card that came out, it talks about competence. Okay, competence. It says, trust in your competence and skills. You have what it takes. Okay, and it could also, the word competence could also mean skill, ability, confidence, right? Okay, and then the last card, all right, it talks about aspiration, okay, which is all to do with ambition, motivation, and drive. And it says, aspire to achieve your highest potential, set your sights high. So a lot of the messages that's coming out is all to do with um, creativity, okay, and that sometimes, it might be that we might need to get help, okay, from other people to help bring our goals into fruition, or to bring our dreams into reality, okay. All right. Now, if you are interested, okay, in working um with crystals, okay, or just thinking about having them around your home, all right, I'm just going to show you a few. Or if you'd like, especially for if you want to use crystals, okay, to help you um to help heal your inner child, okay, I'm just going to quickly show you a few, the most popular ones, okay, which I'd like to recommend. Okay, so um the first one I'd like to show you is this one. Okay, this is um, Rose Quartz. Okay, Rose Quartz is a very popular crystal, and it represents love, okay, love for yourself, for others, for the divine, for your spiritual team, for higher power, for the universe in general. So you've got rose quartz, and also you can use it to help you forgive yourself in anything that happened to you in the past, and in time maybe help forgive others. All right, and also it's a good stone to attract more love, peace, harmony, joy in your personal life. All right, and um it's also very much connected to the heart, as well as the heart chakra, okay. These two other crystals, okay, are very good as well, and you can use them together. You could either use this one, which is Kunzite, okay, or Dioptase, okay, and they can heal the upper heart chakra, okay. So you've got Dioptase, this is Kunzite, okay, and some other ones that are good for inner child healing work. This is Rhodonite, this one is Rhodoxarite, and this is Smithsonite, okay. And if you feel that somehow you find it difficult to get move on with your life, even though you've you've done a lot of healing, but you feel like part of your soul was lost in whatever it is that happened in the past, I'll just show you a few if you're interested in doing any form of soul retrieval work. Okay, this one is tangerine quartz. Tangerine quartz. This one is jet. Okay, and this one is black onyx. All right, and again, if you are interested in um crystals, okay, I'd like to recommend two books. All right, this one is called The Crystal Bible, okay, and this one is um Manifested with Crystals. It's by the same author, to attract more abundance, wellness, happiness in your life. All right, I'll put the names of the books and the crystals, but I'll which I have mentioned. I'll put their names in the description box, so please check it out after watching this reading. All right, so I'm going to be just and okay, so I'm going to be using this deck, all right, or if you want, if you do read for yourself, okay, as well as for others, this is a very good deck. It's called Daily Crystal Inspiration, and this is by Heather Askinosi. And let's just see what extra crystal, okay, that our spiritual team would like us to work with. Okay, it would. Okay, they would like us to work with a populite, a populite, and this is a very common crystal. Okay, it's also a crystal um to help us to feel more balanced. Okay, within ourselves, to take care of ourselves a bit more. All right, let me just get a stand to just read a bit more on this crystal. Okay, it is a difficult crystal to get, okay, in the spiritual shops, in, or I should say in spiritual shops, so you might have to get this order this crystal online. Okay, so I'm just going to just read a bit more on this. Okay, it goes on to say, keep your head up and your hopes high. Instead of focusing on all the things that can go wrong, it's important to focus on all the things that can go right. Direct your attention to all the positives in your life and allow them to motivate you. Stay grateful in the moment. Allow yourself to be excited about a prospect or opportunity. Why ruin all the fun with second guessing and what ifs? A positive mindset, one centered on hope rather than fear, can overcome almost anything. Where your attention goes, energy flows. Let it flow toward the positive. All right. So you can also use this crystal's energy, okay, to help you to have a more positive mindset. And the core questions here, okay, it says, when do you feel the most positive? What aspects of your life are good? How would it feel to focus only on the positives? Okay, and the crystal action affirmation, you could say and believe it, you could say, I live in a state of positivity. I live in a state of positivity. Okay, and it goes on to say here, today, raise your vibration by focusing on the good things that happen throughout your day. All right, so that's the crystal action affirmation. Okay, let's see what messages, okay, the angels, archangels, or the other spiritual other spiritual guides would like to give us. All right, so I'm going to be using this um deck, Angel Prayers by Carl Gray, who is also the author of the book Angel Prayers. So let's see what angels, spiritual beings are coming out for. Okay, so in fact, okay, so they wanted me to take five, so I'm going to take five. Okay, so let's see what comes out. So we've got okay, one from the divine himself, okay, and then one of the prayers you could say to him, you could say, Divine Father, thank you for co-creating my world with me. Okay, so this is it says inner power, and this is from the divine Father. Okay. Okay, we've got Archangel Raguel. Okay, his energy is around this reading. Okay, and he's the archangel. Okay, if you want to um bring peace or harmony to a situation, you can always call on him, especially if there's any conflict going on within you or between you and another person or group of people. You can call on his energy to help you to help, I should say, bring you to some, or for there to be some form of peaceful resolution. Okay, and it goes on to say, thank you, Rajo, for surrounding my life in a harmonious light. Then we have, take a step back, and you could say, thank you, angels, for helping me to step back from what's not serving me. Okay, I've got this one here. Love and accept yourself. So it's all about self-acceptance again. Okay, that will help you as you do your inner child healing work. And you could say to the angels, thank you, angels, for lovingly guiding me to self-acceptance. Okay, and the last card that came from this deck, it says inner voice. Inner voice, okay, is to do with our intuition, which is very much the to link with the third eye or gut feeling. And it goes on to say, thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. Okay. Okay, so to close off this reading, I just want to just um use this one. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to use this deck. Okay. Now, this deck is I just made it myself. Okay. So a lot of it is okay from uh the Bible, the Holy Bible, the King James Version Bible, which is the most popular one, as well as from this book, A Power of Psalms. Okay, and you can use psalm verses, okay, to bring more love, success, blessings, prosperity, and also you could use the verses for protection as well. All right. So and this is by Anna Riva. So just let me just see what verses. Okay, so if you on a spiritual path or religious path, or if you just like want to have some form of connection with the divine, okay, so these verses will be helpful. So again, it's all about what energies are being picked up by our spiritual team. Okay, so I'm just going to be selecting with their help, selecting just random cards here. All right. Okay. Okay, so let's see which ones. All right, the first one, um, verses. Okay, these ones are Bible verses. Okay, or scriptures. All right, so you've got this one is so if you are in need, okay, you can read Isaiah 58 verse 11, John verse chapter, or I should say chapter 6 verse 35, Second Corinthians chapter 6 verses 10 to 11, Ephesians chapter 3 verses 20 to 21, and Philemon. Okay, uh, chapter 4 chapter 4 verses 19. All right. Okay, the second one that came out. Okay, so if you somehow feeling distressed or anxious or depressed about something, then you could read Psalms 20, Psalms 31, or Psalms 142. Okay. And the third card that came out, okay, if you want divine or spiritual help. Okay, you could also that's for, it depends. Okay, so just take what resonates. Okay, what your situation is. Okay, and if you need some spiritual help or guidance, okay, besides, to help you along life's journey itself, doesn't have to just be to do with this, to do with inner child healing. Okay, you can read Psalms 10 or Psalms 70. Okay, so that is the verses. Okay, chapters, all right, that our spiritual team is recommending you. Okay, if you somehow are in need, in distress, or you need spiritual help, or divine guidance. All right, and to close off the reading, all right, I'm going to be using some um, affirmations here, okay, to just keep the vibration and frequency high, okay, for this reading, all right. And I'm going to be using this deck. It's called uh, uh Love 100 Ways to Make You Sparkle, and it's by Gift Republic. So let's just see what pops out. What pops out. Let's come out. Okay, so let's see. They wanted me to select four, so that's what I decided to do. Okay, so the first one, say, that came out, it says, I will not compare myself to others. So really and truly, life journeys shouldn't really be about competition. Okay, it should be, if you want to compete against something, it should be against yourself, to see how you can better, yourself. Okay, to become in order to become a better version of yourself, and not to compete with another person, because we are all unique. We all have our own challenges. We have our own path to trod. Okay. The second one is, I only set goals that matter. Okay. Okay. My day is full of potential. All right. And the last one, I will achieve all of my goals. So a lot of it is, again, very much linked to creativity here, but also, okay, because by doing any form of healing work is also um a goal in itself. Okay, because we cannot become better versions of ourselves if we don't feel good about ourselves. And in order to bring more positivity, we need to have a more positive, or I should say, have a positive mindset. Okay, in order to bring more positivity, um to become a better version of ourselves, all right? To bring new things in our life that's going to make us happy, make us feel more emotionally fulfilled, all right? So, and again, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope whatever messages that come out, I hope it's going to help you in some way, okay, in regards or pertaining to your inner child healing work. Okay, I'd also like to thank all my viewers once again, all including you, the viewer, all my subscribers, my supporters, anyone who have clicked the like button in the past, who have left comments, who have shared this video. Thank you ever so much for your support, your time. Okay, whatever you did in the past, whatever you're about to do is very, very much okay appreciated. All right, it does help the channel. Um, Please don't forget to check the description box, okay, for all the names of the decks, the books, the crystals, which was used for this reading today. And this reading, okay, was for the divine feminine, or any females who have tuned in to listen, watch this reading today. And if you did enjoy watching, listening to this reading, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, or share, or just leave a comment. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time, and goodbye.